gentlemen, welcome to Mad Hatter Comedy's Homegrown Gigglers! We are back here again on a Tuesday night at Whiskey Creek. Ladies and gentlemen, look who is in the house tonight. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting independent comedy. Please give a big round of applause to Shaw TV. Yes. And a big round of applause to yourselves, you guys showing up Whiskey Creek on a Tuesday night. Thank you guys so much coming on out and supporting independent comedy. That's great. That's great. You guys having a good time? All right. It's your first headliner time. You guys, listen now, you are in for a treat, let me tell you, because he is no ordinary comedian. He is your first character comic that's coming up to the stage. Please welcome to the stage, Reverend Don.
Always nice to have little people in comedy start out. And speaking of starting out, I am forced to announce that Child Protective Services has asked me to announce that you should not call them every time you see a kid in a Saskatchewan Rough Rider jersey. They do not consider that child abuse. Edmonton Oilers are still on the fence about. Amen to that. I was reading in the news there the other day that Willie Nelson got hit. Apparently he was playing on the road again. It doesn't get much better, folks, trust me. Old Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall made the news. He was trying out some new stuff, and little known fact here, he has a pet donkey that likes to follow him everywhere. And he's tried out a human cannonball act. The poor old donkey made it his way into the cannon just before it went off. Well, doctors say it took 6 hours to get his head out of his ass. But being in politics, they're still not sure. Yeah, there was a big crime wave down in California. Apparently they saw 300 criminals surfing. Police say it was the biggest crime wave they've seen in years. Oh, it gets worse, trust me. I can see her shaking her head, and I can hear the blonde rattle. I don't even think she's from Saskatchewan. I'm getting death stares now. Yeah, let's see. Well, a woman was accused of beating her husband with his collection of his guitars. Judge says, "Is this a first offender?" She goes, "No, first I use a Gibson, then the Fenders." Yeah, I saw a midget at the library the other day. He goes, "Where are your books on irony?" Librarian said, "On the top shelf." That got a giggle. Ran into a family of moles there in Saskatchewan. First mole, Papa Mole, he stuck his head out of the hole and he says, "Oh, can you smell that? Smells like honey in the air." Old Mama Mole popped up beside him, said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about. It smells like maple syrup." An old baby mole stuck in the bottom. He goes, "I don't know what you two are talking about. All I smell is molasses." An elephant was getting a drink down by the river, and he saw a turtle. So he went punt, knocked the turtle clear across the river. This giraffe walks up, who saw the whole thing, and he says, "What'd you kick that turtle for?" Giraffe says, 36 years ago, that turtle bit my trunk. Giraffe says, "That's a really good memory." Elephant says, yeah, it's turtle recall. It'll come around to you, just give it a minute. Got the smile and the nod, like, Tough crowd tonight, tough crowd. I was at a steakhouse there in Saskatchewan. They had all the meat nailed to the ceiling. I go, what's with this? I go, it's our new promotion. If you can jump up and grab a piece of meat, eat for free. I says, what happens if I miss? They said, then you got to buy a meal for the house. I says, no thanks. Those stakes are too high for me. Stakes are too high. Somebody will explain it to you later. Yeah, I was talking to God the other day, and he was all proud of what he created. He says, yeah, I created this beautiful land. You got to see it. I got mountains. I got rolling grassland. I got the best damn beef you're ever going to find anywhere. And the old Archangel Gabriel says, what'd they do to deserve that? And he goes, wait till you see what I'm putting next door to them. I'm going to call that Saskatchewan. Oh, a few Saskatchewanites hiding out there tonight. I hear groaning. Yeah, I went to a funeral there in Saskatchewan. It was really sad. I asked the wife, I says, how did the landowner die? She said he was running through the house and he tripped. So she had to call 911 because there was a farmer in the dell. It can't all be gold. It can't be like that Saskatchewan dating site that's really popular right now, Ancestry.ca. Oh, yeah, they got their own language out there in Saskatchewan. It's the darndest thing. Yeah, God called the Pope the other day. He says, I got good news and I got bad news. He goes, good news is I'm coming back. Everything's going to be great on earth. The Pope goes, great, what's the bad news? He goes, I'm calling you from Salt Lake City, Utah right now. Mormon. Just wanted to make sure it got in there. He came up to me, another kid in Saskatchewan, says, Reverend Don, why does Adam wear a fig leaf? I says, well, it's easy. Someone had to wear the plants in the family. Yeah, boozer as good as giggles, I'll take it. Hear it from the girlfriend every night, why not you too? Old woman comes in complaining about her husband watching a video on TV. The husband was screaming at the TV, don't do it, run, run. The woman comes in and says, what are you watching? He goes, our wedding video. Another woman came in, she goes, Reverend Don, could you help me track down my identical twins? I gave them up for birth. It's been 18 years. I said, sure. Turns out one was adopted by a Mexican family. They called him Juan. The other one was adopted by a lovely African family. They called him Jamal. Well, we got to meet Juan. Very nice kid. And she goes, oh, I can't wait to see his brother. I says, why? Once you've seen Juan, you've seen Jamal. Okay, getting some weird grins down there in front row, not lying. Another woman there went in for surgery on her lower extremities, let's just call it that. And she asked the doctor to keep this on the down low. So he said, sure. Next morning she woke up, And there was 3 roses on her bed. And she goes, "Doc, I asked you to keep it quiet. What happened?" He says, "Well, the first rose is from me because you went through this all alone. The second rose is from a nurse who went through this operation a few years ago." She goes, "Well, who's the third rose from?" He goes, "Oh, that's the burn victim on the 3rd floor. He's thanking you for the new pair of ears." Never said they'd all be good. Hey, have a good night.
Give it up for Reverend Don. Right. All right, we're going to keep things going. You got me inspired there, and it reminded me of a story you buying dinner for that gentleman there. I had some kids come to the door the other day looking for a donation for Crestwood Pool. I was like, absolutely. I gave him a glass of water. I can give too. All right, you guys, it's headliner time. This dude has a fan base. He was walking down the street and somebody yelled his name out the window. They're like, "Hey, it's Kool-aid." All right, it's just 3 girls, but they show up at a show and bring a cardboard sign. They're adorable. You guys, please give it up for your headliner tonight. His name is James Stushinoff, but we call him Kool-aid.
So for my real job, I'm a cook. And for those of you guys who don't realize this, a lot of cooks like the wobbly pops. It's not because of the job is so stressful or anything. It's because of the stupidity we have to deal with on a daily basis. So I'm gonna go through some of it. I get asked a lot of stupid questions at work. I've had a coworker ask me if I like candy. I thought that was a kind of a given. I mean, I don't get to be the side of eating organic leafy greens. I've had servers come up to me and ask me if the toasted Denver sandwich is toasted. You kind of answered your own question there. Same server, same day. How many wings are in the dozen wings? Okay there, how do you get dressed in the morning? My favorite though, I had a server come up to me. Are mushrooms and prawns the same thing? I don't understand how people are able to function and not know these things. But yeah, one of the best things about working in restaurants is when you get to work with new staff. People who haven't worked in restaurants before, because they'll fall for the dumbest things. Anyone who works in a restaurant has at least heard of some of these. One of my favorites to get people to do is mop the walk-in freezer. You learn how dumb somebody is right off the bat that way. Because it's not going to end well for them, or anyone who goes in after them. Another one I've done, I actually had one guy do this every night for about 3 weeks before I quit the job, and he never clued in that I was just messing with him. You got to rotate the ice in the ice machine. You can't have the same ice, always the fresh ice going out. So every night I had this one guy scoot all the ice out of the ice machine to put the new stuff on the bottom, not realizing that it melts. Send somebody to go get you a bucket of steam, which I've done as well. I've seen lots of people try to find where to get the steam from. If you work at a bar, send somebody to go get the Corona delimer. Gotta get the limes out. This is always a favorite. Then you go find the Swiss cheese hole punch. Show them the mozzarella. Yeah, the Swiss cheese doesn't have any holes. You gotta make it. This was my favorite. I gotta tell a story about this one. The bacon stretcher. The bacon's cooked down too much. You gotta stretch it out. I was working at a restaurant. I won't say where it is. We had this idiot working there. I just need to get him off the line for a while. Go, hey man, run across the street to another restaurant and ask him if you can board the bacon stretcher. So he runs over there, and God bless this next restaurant. Go, oh, sorry man, we ascended somewhere else. So he runs down to that restaurant. He gets there, and they send him to another restaurant. All said and done, he hit up 8 different restaurants before someone told him that our restaurant had come and picked it up from them. Needless to say, that was his last day working there. He came back, puked in the sink, and went home. Drain the hot water for the teas. People don't realize that it is piped in, so they can't actually empty it. I actually had one really smart cook one time doing this. I go, dude, you realize they're just messing with you, right? You can't drain it. He goes, you do realize I've been paid to stand here for an hour doing nothing. Well played, sir. And then we always get the stupid customers that complain about the dumbest things. I recently had a customer who was legitimately angry because their food hit the table too fast. They didn't have on their appetizer or anything. They were just mad that the food was out faster than they wanted it to be there. Had a table angry because their steak wasn't the same thickness the whole way across, although it was cooked perfectly according to them. Yeah, this is another one. Customer is mad at the server because they like the food that their friend ordered more than the food that they ordered. And this is why cooks drink. We have to deal with the servers getting mad at us for this stuff. There's one fun thing, though, is no matter how much you like the servers, there's always going to be the feud between cooks and servers. There's always going to be lies that they tell each other. I mean, the most common lies that servers tell cooks are, there's no menus open, and they'll ring that in right away. The most common lies that cooks tell servers, your food will be up in 2 minutes.
Hey there, thanks for watching Mad Hatter's Comedy Club's Homegrown Gigglers. My name's David Humphrey, stay right there. We'll get more laughs for you on deck.
How's everyone doing tonight? Having fun? Beautiful. Such a beautiful crowd, especially the front row here. You guys are beautiful. And that table over there too. You're all beautiful. So I was reading online that a hardware store is starting to sell a wireless, Bluetooth-enabled sprinkler. And I'm thinking, how the heck would that work? Don't you need like to hook it to an outlet to make it sprinkle? Anyone know? No? Me neither. It's one of those things, yep. Also reading online that a little person got pickpocketed. And as I was reading it, I was thinking to myself, who would honestly stoop to such a level? Yes. Speaking of little people, I seen a few of them walking around the mall the other day. 3 thoughts went through my head. I really wanted to say, aww. Another thought that I had was picking one up and running away. Which is, but I didn't because, you know, it's against the law for kidnapping. No, another thought I had was singing out, hi-ho, off to work we go. Well, I didn't think it would be appropriate. Who would do that? Anyone? Maybe I would. Pay me enough and I might. Yes. Who's got kids? By a round of applause. Most of you? Awesome. You know that craze that they have, those fidget spinners? Who's got fidget spinners? Most of them? Cool. Growing up, I had a similar version of a fidget spinner. Except for I called it a digit spinner. You know the rotary phones? Calling someone took forever. And if you messed up a number, still took you 5 minutes to call them. Anyhow, gonna bring back up Stephanie. Thank you, guys.
Sorry about that. It happens. It's better when the batteries die on your mic than something else, though, so just be grateful. I meant, like, your remote for your TV. What were you guys talking about? G-rated, people, G-rated. All right. As you guys can see, it's not easy to write clean, and these guys are doing a fantastic job. Give them a round of applause here. Ladies and gentlemen, keep those applause going for your next comedian. Like I said, he started right here on a Mad Hatter comedy stage. He's about a year in. Please welcome to the stage, Kurt MP.
I once was lost, but now am found. Thanks to my GPS. I believe all life on Earth was created by accident. At least my parents told me I was. I also was the result of a Big Bang. You know what saying really ticks me off? You can have your cake, but no, what is that? You can't have your cake and eat it too. That really angers me because that's the whole point of having cake. You should try that at your kid's birthday party. I'm sorry, Jimmy, you can't eat the cake, but you can look at it. It's got to be back at Safeway by 4. Actually, I've been watching. What's so funny? I don't get it. I've been watching what I eat lately. Earlier today, I watched myself eat 2 cheeseburgers and an extra large fry. You know, when somebody tells you you've lost weight, they should just stop after that sentence because everything they say after that is an insult. You've lost weight. You look so good. The last time I saw you, I wanted to puke, but now, hey. I try to live every day like it's my last, but I keep waking up the next morning. I go to bed so early at night that elderly people make fun of me. Even toddlers stay up past 8. I'm serious. I was married to a girl from Quebec for a while, but she wanted to separate. I'm a big supporter of organ donation. I've tried to donate one organ of mine to females repeatedly, and it keeps getting rejected. Talking about my heart, people, you know. I don't know what they thought. I don't even know what they thought I was talking about. I was actually dating a girl with a pacemaker for a while. And when she said, you make my heart skip a beat, I thought she was just being romantic. But she was dying. So I will say one of the benefits of being my friend is that I try out all my new material on you. This is why I don't really have any friends. He confirmed it. I don't even know what this next one means, but trees throw shade. Does anybody even know? I hear throwing shade all the time. I don't even know what it means. But it's not funny, apparently. Lice. I'm confused by lice. It's a real head scratcher. You either like pandas or you don't. It's pretty black and white. My friend was out messing around with the turkeys and he died. They suspect foul play. I was walking down the street the other day, and this is a true story. I actually saw somebody had a three-legged dog. I said, "Oh, what's your dog's name?" And they said Tipsy. They named their dog Tipsy, and I was just like, that's so cruel. I just think it's if animals had any awareness of that's so cruel. Like you wouldn't do that to people. Like you wouldn't say, "Here's my son. He's got no arms or legs. We call him Stumpy." It's hilarious. I had a friend for a lot of years. We kind of grew apart, though. We used to, run around and shoot pool and chase girls. We never caught any, but that's a different story. But this guy, he didn't really smell. He didn't really have the best odor all the time. But sometimes I still get nostalgic, and I'm driving around, and I miss my friend, and so I just fart in the car, breathe it in, and it's like he's there again. I wanted to say this is my last time on our last time on this stage, and this is where I got started. For me, this has been a home away from home. It's been incredible, and I thank all of you for coming out, and I thank everybody for supporting us, giving us the chance to do this up here. But I'm actually reminded of a quote by the immortal Willie Nelson. I didn't come here, and I ain't leaving. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kurt MP. All right, thank you guys so much for coming on out. This is a great show so far. You guys having fun? Yes, yes, yes.